Good morning, Midday are back. Here's the plan. Actually, I'm gonna have to guess the plan because I haven't spoken to the engineer yet. He's been busy this morning. But here's my guess. Waterproofing the swimming pool floor, roofing on the carport. The guys are putting more concrete hollow block along the top of the roof in the house to fill that gap between the beams and the roofing metal framework. More plastering. We do have, so far, double Marvin working on the outside of the kitchen. I don't know if there's anything else. What could possibly go wrong? One other thing. Manny's clearing some ground here as we've got a wedding reception that we're hosting for one of the family in a little while. So he's trying to make some space. All sorts of activity over here on the kitchen and above it one of the bedrooms. We do have double Marvin doing the plastering, assisted by Jeff delivering materials. And then upstairs, Erwin is working on adding that very thin layer of mortar to the columns and beams in preparation for plastering there. We can just about see, oh there he is. There's Oliver up top, adding, is it Oliver? Oh, I'm not sure. Adding more concrete hollow blocks so they take that, basically that wall up to the height of the metal roof. Fill in that gap, stop the typhoon winds getting in there. Midday are back. Well, I'm getting showered with sparks, so I can't stay here. But the roofing team, back on the carport. The non-stop chipping continues. And inside, can't really see, but we still have Ronwell working in the helper's room. And I have no idea, but I think I can hear inside the bathroom, got Rico, and they're being helped out by AJ, who's hiding. Just a quick reminder of what they're using here. When they're waterproofing the floor, the ratio of materials they're using is 1 part cement, 1 part of the Sahara waterproofing compound, 6 parts sand, and then water added. They eyeball it basically. Prior to that, I'm just going to spin around a bit. Immediately before they put that down, they add the Boyson Flexibond, which is this one. And then they immediately, before it dries, immediately pour on the cement, sand, Sahara compound. While they're taking a break from waterproofing the floor, having done a second layer this morning up at the shallow end, they're putting a rebar grid onto this platform ahead of the surface that will be poured on here, which again, I believe will be the kind of pebble dash look. We're still waiting for a sample using the white cement. We have switched the pebbles that were being used. They actually sent the wrong bag when they did the first sample. And we like the pebbles that they've got now, but we just want to check with the white cement how that would look, just so we've tried to cover all the bases. We've had a delivery. Taller doors. So on the right side, 2.4 metre double doors. In the middle, the one remaining 2.1 metre single door. And on the left, 2.4 metre single doors. So everywhere downstairs bar 2 will be the 2.4 metre doors, and the 2 are kind of slightly more out of sight. But to my eyes, that extra 30 centimetres makes a world of difference. And I'm really chuffed that we've gone with that, and I will show you what one of them looks like when it has been provisionally installed. Now, I've tried to film this 3 times, and the wind interference when I move around there is horrible, but we'll try. Trying to use the wall to stop the wind interference. We'll see if it works. But there we go. Between the kitchen and the dining room, we've got this first double door tentatively installed. To begin with, they simply put a couple of bits of metal at the bottom just to elevate the doors so it will be the correct height above where the tiles will be. Then they put across the 2 horizontal tubes of metal and simply tied the door frame in using metal wire. That was stage 1. Stage 2 is they're now starting to add rebar to connect into the rebar that was embedded in the walls. So we'll try and follow this a little bit more if we can as the day goes on. We have a whole host of people here in the theatre room.
All network, all data, adapt for boss.
There you go. Jesse just told you what they're up to.
I like it.
Getting the internet connections. Everything will come in here and it'll go through the house. We did have quite a long chat this morning with lead electrician William about data cables in particular, because I've got particular requirements. Specifically where we're going to have a TV, I want 3 Cat6 cables. Well, actually, I want 2 Cat6 and 1 Cat6A. Just to be sure that I've got all the connections that you might need, or we might need in future. So, that caused a bit of a kerfuffle, but I think we're over that and all agreed. It's around 1:30, so the rebar grid on top of here, coming along very nicely, all now being tied in. So here, we're getting another smoother finish on the flooring for the pool. So there's only one layer, initial layer of the Boyson material. After that, they just use the ratio that I mentioned earlier, including the Sahara mix. That goes in all of these layers, but only that initial Boyson green material. Electrical connections, including neutral wire, going into the dirty kitchen. Here they're having to make a bit of an adjustment. The location they had to switch, which is being chipped at right now, was going to be right behind the door because the doors will open towards us. So they just had to create the channel and move the switch. What's that? A couple of feet along this way. It's not right behind the door. Oliver's been called away to do other things, but there's a little bit of extra rebar now in there, which they're just going to start tying into the rebar that is, you can see, curved downwards, that was already in the wall. So really not much more been done on this one just yet today. And here, graffiti on my walls, working out where all the supply is going to go. This is the first of 3 fuse boxes we're going to need. This one has the capacity for 24. The other 2 will only have 16 each. I think that should be enough, shouldn't it? Struggling a bit here with bright sunlight, but the top of the wall above, basically the roof beam, quite a lot of progress with the concrete hollow block up there. So the welding continues. I think they're saying 2 more days for this roof.
Oh, this, my friend. You asked me, my friend Edgar.
We'll make you famous. But they're continuing. 3 guys up here. Pretty close to the end of the day. Not quite there yet, but the swimming pool. So we've now got that second layer of the cement mix with the waterproofing compound in it, plus a little bit of smoothing. Obviously it doesn't need to be that smooth, it's going to have tiles on it, but that now extends, well, really where they finished the first coat, just before that bridge. And we'll go and see what else they've been working on. the rebar grid. Getting pretty close. Nearly finished, I think. Still doing a bit of tying in with the steel wire. Well, metal wire. But all the way across, pretty much done. For the first time, we're getting some plaster over here on the north side of the house. Fair bit of wind here. Goodness knows if the sound will come out. But Double Marvin have turned the corner of the house, working now along this side of the kitchen. Inside, just again to repeat, we are very close to 4:30. There is no slacking off. Still working in here on plastering for the helper's room and the helper's bathroom, and a little bit more work where the junction boxes are. Testing out electrical connections. It's a first, we haven't seen that so far on this build. And on the door, Oliver did not manage to come back today, so nothing further was progressed with getting that door in. We will follow it tomorrow. This is very dark. We'll try and brighten it in the edit, but this is where Rico's been hanging out for the last couple of days. This is the helper's bathroom, and it's all done, all the plaster. The only thing left in this helper's area in the main room is this wall in front of us and above the door. Once those are done, this room will be finished. There is going to be a small celebration. Big Boss Alan's birthday today. I don't think he's here, but light refreshments have been supplied. Here we have our leading roofing guy who says, when will we finish? Tomorrow. We're going to finish. Take the spin. We're going to finish this one. We're getting closer. Good news. Well, that is it. The end of day 146. Guys are just starting to chill, starting to get ready for a small drink, or maybe a large one, I don't know. One or two still doing a bit of tidy up. But another good day. We've got a lot more visible progress at the pool. We've got a carport roof that is now apparently one day from being finished in terms of the frame at least. Then I guess the roof frame guys will come back and they're either going to have to do work on the roof here over the gym or over the patio. I'm not sure which one they'll work on first. We'll see. Beyond that, inside the house and outside the house, a lot more plastering. And we're starting to see testing of electrical wires. So, really good progress today. We'll see what tomorrow brings.